Joining me at the table, Congresswoman Barbara Lee, Democrat from California, a member of the Congressional Black Caucus. It's great to have you here.
Very happy to be with you tonight.
The conversation that we have had out of the verdict has gone in two directions. I think there's been a conversation we've been having on this network and on the left, I think, about stereotyping, about suspicion of black men, about profiling. There's been a conversation that conservatives have been anxious to have about, quote, black-on-black crime. How do you understand those two conversations that are happening?
Well, I tell you one thing, Chris, and I'm so pleased that you're digging deeper into this, because race, first of all, has been swept under the rug for so long, and now the horrific tragedy of Trayvon Martin, Oscar Grant in my district, who was tragically killed 3 years ago. These conversations are beginning, but it's really showing us, first of all, that there are some in the far right, such as Bill O'Reilly, who are using this at this point in terms of what could be a healthy discussion of race, using it to promote their own attitudes. They're very dangerous in how they're putting this forth. I mean, when you look at many studies have shown also that low socioeconomic status is the largest indicator of violence rather than race. Right. So they're just trying to use wedge issues to pump up, you know, the far right for their own political purposes. It's very dangerous.
I wanted to play you this clip because we were going through this this amazing movie, American History X, which came out about 10 years ago. And it stars Edward Norton, who plays a neo-Nazi, a white supremacist. And here he is at a dinner table, and this was around 2000, and things like the Rodney King riots in L.A. were fresh in people's memory. And here he is at the dinner table making these kinds of arguments about statistics and what they say about certain kinds of people. Take a listen.
These people have absolutely no respect for the law at all, and certainly no concept of, like, community or civic responsibility.
Wait a minute. White people commit crimes against white people, too.
Yeah, but they're not offing each other in record numbers all over America. Look at the statistics, for Christ's sakes. It's 1 in every 3 black males is in some phase of the correctional system. Is that a coincidence, or do these people have, you know, like a racial commitment to crime?
Well, maybe it says something about prejudice in the judicial system.
Yeah, if you want to talk about criminal statistics, you might want to take a look at the social inequalities that produce them.
Yap. You know what? That's exactly what I hate. Because what you're doing, Davina, is taking one thing and calling it something else and just, you know, alleviating the responsibility that these people have for their own actions. You know, it's like saying it's not a riot, it's rage. It's not crime, it's poverty. It's just nonsense.
These are old arguments, right? I mean, these are arguments that are trotted out a lot.
These are recycled arguments which don't get to the real root of the issue. First of all, racial profiling, disparate treatment in the criminal justice system. When you look at gun violence, we can't even get a gun violence package passed in Congress just requiring background checks.
And here's what I say to you as a mother of 2 black sons and as someone who is now in the United States Congress and been serving there for a while. What I find most frustrating is that what we have seen is incarceration go up at the same time that crime is going down. And yet the fear level is still stoked, even though what we have is objectively less murders every year, we have less crime, we are living in a safer society, and we are putting more people in prison.
You know, we have not dealt with the structural issues here in this country as it relates to institutional racism. When you look at 3 strikes, for example, in California, the majority of African American and Latino young men incarcerated 25 years to life for nonviolent offenses. When you look at mandatory minimum sentences, crack cocaine, it was 100 to 1. Now it's down, I believe, to 18 to 1. Thank goodness.
Because legislation
that the Obama administration signed. It should be 1 to 1. So you're looking at real issues around institutional racism in the criminal justice system and our education system. Every economic and social institution has this running as a thread through it.
Congresswoman Barbara Lee from the great state of California, thank you so much.
Thank you.
The second highest glass ceiling in America is about to be shattered. That is, unless Larry Summers screws it up.